Okay, new video here. I am outside my van. This is my 1998 GMC Safari van, lifted, all-wheel drive. And last year, I took this on a 2-month van life vacation, and I was criminally unorganized. It was so bad, and I am determined to do better. So let's go inside. I'll show you what it does look like, and I'll show you what we did wrong and what we're gonna do better this year. Let's go inside. Ooh. Okay, so a few things I need to note. Last year, my rear door did not open at all, which was a huge inconvenience. But it was one of those things that I was not going to deal with until I got back from my vacation. I was going to live with it. But having those rear doors functional is going to be so much better for my use of space. Right here is where my bed goes across, and everything underneath last year I had to pull out through the front. So if something was back here, it was impossible to get to. So this year I would like everything to be accessible. Even if my rear doors go down, I need to have a better solution for getting stuff from the back to the front. Second thing I need to note was that this cabinet right here, last year I had full of food, which was a mistake. If you have watched this channel, I've talked about my mice issues before. I have PTSD from these mice. But the first time I noticed them, I was at Revelstoke Lake canoeing. Watched that video. And mice got in when I was gone, and they ate a bunch of my food. So I threw away that food. So it's like, why did I even bring that food? Because it was going to get eaten. And then that happened multiple other times. But the worst time is when I could hear the mice in there at night eating my food. So if you imagine my bed here, I'm sleeping, and you can hear mice in my cabinet eating my food. It was terrible. So now my food, I'm going to take less, and it's going to be in mouse-proof containers and not right next to my bed. Because right next to the bed is the only place worse for mice to be is in your bed. So that's not going to work. So rear doors, mouse cabinet gone. I will note I got my fridge up here. This is not moving. I got a storage bin here. I got my stove here. And that's that. But I will go outside and I'll talk about a few things that I need for me this summer. So first of all, as a canoeer, I have special needs. So as a canoeer, I have certain special needs, as in I'm always going to have a canoe on the roof, so I cannot have any sort of cargo carrier extra capacity up there. And second, that means I have other necessary gear that I have to take with me, which is kind of cumbersome. First, we got my canoe barrel, which I put all my food and stuff on my extended trips on. We need 2 paddles at least, bailing bucket, a canoe cart, and a ladder to get up to the top to, tighten down the canoe. So all that needs to be inside the van, which is a lot of stuff, considering I also have like mandatory other camping gear, like we got here. I got 2 different canopies. I got a smaller one and then a bigger one. So I need a canopy, and then I got camp stove. I have a tent and mattresses, all that jazz for like regular camping and hiking camping. So it's like a lot of stuff to go into the van. Random helicopter. Anyways, I'm gonna go back inside the van and I'll show you all the things I have done to make this more organized. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is my new back door setup. First of all, I got this new water jug from Temu, and you'll have to come here for this. If you look down below, I have a trap door which stores my new shower, which I think I'll talk about my shower system in a separate video next, probably. But this goes in the trap door. Like I said, I got this from Temu. It was like $30, and it fits in here tightly. And if you look in here, I made a little brace, and this here thing is my jump box. But last year I had this big water jug, which is 23 liters, in that door. But because the back door didn't open, getting this huge jug of 23 liters of water out of the back door and over my bed was very difficult. It was heavy and an awkward position. So that's why I went with this smaller jug. And I also like this jug, but that's the reason I went with a smaller jug. I also wanted a little less weight on this door, because part of me thinks that might have impacted why my door stopped working. I do not know that as a fact though. Anyways, I get this jug out of the way, and we have this big cabinet here, which I already have some stuff in here. These are automotive necessities. I got some rescue gear, like my tow hitch, shackles, couple tow straps, and then just ratchet straps. That's all in there, along with tools and a set of wrenches. So I have this open space here, and last year that space was inaccessible because this cabinet's so long you can't get to the back from the front. It's impossible. So now this is functional space again. Also noting, when I built my van, I was built to have a table across here and stuff on top, and to pull it out the back. But all my stuff has changed now, so I had to find stuff that fit my van perfectly. Anyways, this is more automotive necessities. I got like jumper cables there. I think there's like little pylons to put up if you break down. And this is my Smitty built air compressor. I have that and a tire repair kit at all times. So I have that here. Before, that needed to be accessible in the case of an incident, so it had to be at the front. Again, it was a pain. Having the back doors functional is going to be mint. Okay, so the first thing I threw in here was this 8x8 Ozark Trail pop-up like canopy. That is, to me, mandatory gear. It is, I highly recommend those. A lot of people get awnings on the side of their vans or overlander trucks. But to me, the pop-up canopy is the far superior option. First of all, they're cheap, easily replaceable, and you have shelter anywhere. If you want it by the fire, you can have it by the fire. If you want it by the beach, you can have it by the beach. It doesn't need to be by your van. Because if you have an awning on the side of your van, your shelter is only where your van is. And this, very mobile. Anyways, that's the first thing that goes in the van. So you can see how it already impacts the amount of space I have in here. But mandatory camping gear. And then we'll go fill this space next. So I have this storage bin. I got that from Temu. I do not remember how much it cost, but it was not that expensive. And it's a totally collapsible bin. So I'm going to put it together and I'll show you how it fits and why I like it. So this bin, like I said, is from Temu. It has a wood top, which I think might come out. But either way, the top does come out. But I can use it as like a cutting board or like a makeshift table. It also has handy side access. And if you pop this around, these lock the table down. So you also have handles and it locks. So I like this table. It is not necessarily the most robust feeling table, or bin, sorry, but it was the perfect size for what I needed it for, which is to fill this space. So I'm gonna do that. So I bought this bin because it fits perfectly in this spot. It's a little tight there, but it fits. And now I have this handy side access to this. So that's my first bin. What do I want to do? I guess actually, I will show you. I got more bins. But first, I got my canoe barrel. And because it's round, it has to go in the back. Something like this. And then we'll close the door on it. So I bought 3 of these Tactics 45-liter containers. I also already own 60 liters. I had 2 of these, but I realized after buying 2 of these that 2 of these and 2 of these do not functionally fit in this van in a way that was going to work for me. So I ran back to Princess Auto, where I got these containers, and they were out of stock. They were out of stock on the big ones and the little ones. So I thought all hope was lost, but I went home, I did some internet research, and I found that KMS Tools sold the same Tactics brand. So I rushed down there and I grabbed the last one they had in stock. So now I have 3, which fit perfectly in the back, which I will show you now. So with those bins in there, that leaves me with the perfect spot for a portable propane fire pit. And it also leaves me a spot for my canoe paddles. And I will note I'm going to get a fixed paddle before I go on any big canoe trips. So now we have 2 canoe paddles down the side, and there's still room. There's room for, this is the biggest mistake that I made on my entire trip last year. It's a 5x5 piece of AstroTurf. I thought it would be fun to have at the campsite, and I never touched it. But I do have room for it, if I so desired. And not only that, another thing I carried all summer and never used was this here fat, P-H-A-T, fat picnic table. This will now fit on that spot if I remove the carpet, which I'm not going to take. And I could take this table, which is cool. But I'm also probably not going to take the table, and I'm just going to make do with, first of all, the tables at every campsite that I stayed at had a picnic table. And then I got this mini table, which I will take, which will also fit in that spot. I'll take that instead. And then over here, I have this new stool. So this was my ladder that I took last year so I could get up and undo everything on my canoe. This does not fit at all in the back. It was all over the place. but it was the ladder I had, so I took it. I did a whole bunch of reading, and I found this stool, which is almost the same height as the top stair, but it folds up so much smaller. Not only height-wise, but width-wise, it is small enough that it can fit under my bed, basically anywhere, because the other one is too tall. It has to either lay totally flat or on an angle. It can't go on its end like this one can. But it also has its perfect little spot here. It might not be as perfect as I thought. Well, I'll do it backwards. So that has its perfect little spot there. And now you can see how full we're getting. I have room on top of this for whatever. I'm not exactly sure what'll go there. I will have like random stuff, but like I could put my scooper bucket. What am I talking about? Whatever. My scooper bucket. My bailing bucket. There we go. I can put my bailing bucket there. But I have this barbecue, which is one thing that I really would have liked to have in that spot. But it is simply, it's too big. So while that space does not fit everything that I would have liked it to, it's a perfectly good space for literally anything. I have a ton of things that are going to be on this trip, so it's good to have space for things. Okay, now we'll go into here. Which again, I already have tools in here. And, well, I got multiple sets of tools in here. I got this toolbox. And then I got a ratchet set. That's my ratchet straps and stuff. And then I got a wrench kit somewhere in there. Who knows? But this toolbox is Tactics brand. So it matches my bins, which is total coincidence. But I upgraded, if you can call it that, from this toolbox. I'll go back over here. So this toolbox is bigger than this toolbox. This toolbox fits perfectly up and on there. And this one didn't. So this one had to go for a few reasons. We got the grill, barbecue. Slides in there. And we'll go back to my stash of goodies. And we got another one of these Temu. This is 18.5 liter water jugs. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed my time on Temu. I bought a cool pickle artwork for my sister that was literally like $4. A couple of these jugs. And actually, I'll show you one more thing I got. I picked up this for like $4. It's an air blower. So you can keep a fire going. Anyway, since I was on there, I decided to go with it. But my Temu water jug slides right in there. And then I still have this room for whatever. But when I was at Princess Auto yesterday, I found this ammo can. This is a 30, I don't know anything about ammo. It's a 30 caliber, I think, versus the 50 cals, which are bigger, that they make like portable fires with. But this little kit is, pop that open, filled with a mini bocce set that I also bought at Princess Auto. And if you slide this in here, this thing slides right up in there. And I might even be able to fit another one or something. But either way, I can just jam that full of whatever stuff I deem fit. And then I got water jug, accessible, a portable butane grill, accessible, and, well, I'll put my fire blower in here for now. And that can close up in there. And then we got a few more finishing touches. I got portable toilet. Again, I used this one time last year on my trip, but it was an absolute necessity to have. We'll slide that into its place. And then we got one more collapsible bin. Well, it's not properly collapsed, but collapsible. Oh my God. Okay, I got my bin. Okay, I got my bin, which basically just slides in here. So now, if you look at everything, I have this bin, which is like for handy, accessible stuff. I got portable toilet. This bin, I'm gonna keep all my kitchen stuff in. And then I got my stove, my fridge. That's my portable fire pit, stool, bike helmet, canoe paddle, shelter, and I will note that will fit my bigger 10x10 pop-up canopy. And then I got 3 storage bins plus the storage in my canoe barrel, and all this fits under my bed. And if you pull out my third leg here, basically my bed is plywood that comes across here to there. So all this will be covered, and then I still have my little bit of room here to get in and out. And this seat does swivel, but this will be so much better organized. And now that I know how much room I have, because this is where all my food will have to go, and probably like clean clothes, although I might have like a bag of clothes on my bed. But everything has to fit in there or it doesn't come. And then this bin is just gonna be for probably for fluids, regular generic camping stuff that just doesn't have a scent, can't be eaten by mice. That's what's gonna be in that bin. And like I said, this is so much better than I did before with the bed. I did kind of want to have my extra bin of here, but it was too long to fit here, and I liked not having a lid. And then because these fold up, if I don't need it anymore, it can be stowed away. That's actually too tall, but it could be out of the way, and then you got more room in here for more activities. So that's that. That's organizing the van. It is so much better than before. Oh man. I still do not have a place for my canoe cart. So other than that, this is perfect. Last year, that cart rode up here in pieces. And realistically, it'll probably have to do that again. But that is still a huge improvement compared to what it was last year. It just looks so much better, more accessible. And I think these are going to be huge improvements. So with that being said, that's it. It's the end of this episode. An Odyssey into organization. Peace.